Good day everyone, we are Group 5. So first, allow me to introduce our game foundation which is Five Nights at Freddy. Just like the Five Nights at Freddy, in our game the players must take a role of a student staying late at night during the week 14 of Mapua, surviving sa many challenges such as maximizing the limited energy, chasing by those haunted animatronics, and especially the intense environment.
For this part, we'll show the FNAF features that we decided to implement in our game. Since our project is inspired by the mechanics of Five Nights at Freddy's, we made sure to include the most iconic elements in the game. We also implemented the core FNAF mechanics such as managing a limited power supply, using doors, lights, and cameras strategically. The player has to balance all these resources to survive each night.
So, the other feature for our game is the power-up button. In the original game of Five Nights at Freddy, there is not actually a button for these power-ups. This is only our innovation to make this game more fun. The purpose of this power-up button is to help the players to survive the game. This button will help the players to reset the animatronics into their spawn point. And this power-up button has a 50 seconds cooldown.
Our location is based on the Mapua campus, which we implemented six of them. We used six of them, which is the computer lab, the third floor north elevator, the staircase in front of the EEC faculty room, the third floor west hallway, the third floor north hallway, and lastly, the Mapua gymnasium.
So, we have animatronics. Animatronics are the core of our project. They're the stars that make the game more exciting and engaging. Our characters are inspired by Mapua stuff, including Sir JP, Don Tomas, and both male and female guards.
We have additional elements which includes the Mapua hymn, which it's going to be played when you run out of power. The Mapua hymn will play, and then Sir JP Cruz will kill you. Next up is the grading system. Of course, in simple words, if you die, you will get a failing grade of flat 5, and if you win, you get flat 1, which is the highest grade in the game.
The last feature that we implemented from Five Nights at Freddy's is the custom night mode. It is unlocked after completing the first 5 nights, including the bonus night or night 6 of the main game. In this mode, the player has the liberty to choose the difficulty level of each animatronic. It ranges from 1 to 20, 1 being the most passive and 20 being the most aggressive. In this mode, the power usage of devices has been increased in order to increase the difficulty level of this mode.
After talking about the technical aspects of our game, let's now move on to the actual live demo. After booting up the game, you will first see the load screen where, if you press load, it'll ask you if you have an account. Well, of course, it's our first time playing the game, so we're gonna type N for no. Now you will see the title screen where, to actually play the game, you can either press play, which will lead you to the campaign mode, where you have to beat all the 5 nights, plus, if you want to, you can beat the optional 6th night, or you can press the custom night mode, which is the custom night game mode, the arcade version of our game. I'll go more detail into that later. So for now, let's press play. Loading into night 1. Let me just close the doors because they might interrupt me later. As you can see, we're in a room that you can't really recognize, right? There's not really a room like this in Mapua, but this is actually N306, the room we do most of our lab activities in. And that is why we took a lot of creative liberties to change it up a bit so that it actually fits our game. As you can see, there's the Sir's PowerPoint there. You can see the blackboard and the monitors here, which is, very Mapua. But moving on, if the N306 exists, of course, the whole school exists. So, when you go out of N306, of course, you will see the elevator and the stairs, where, if you open the cameras, you will start to see right there. There's the elevator, there's the stairs. If you go to the right, you can see the right classrooms there. Oh, someone's already in that area. If you go to the left, you will see the rooms leading up to the faculty. And if you keep going to the left, you will reach the faculty. Oh, there's already animatronics here. And you keep going, you will see, of course, if you go left to the faculty, there's the CR. You keep going, you'll see the west hallway. And keep going. After that, you see the gym. So you already see them going around, right? You see this guy here. He's at the hallway. Sir JP was in the elevator, but I think he went back here. So let's say they're getting a bit too close for comfort, right? And you don't really want them killing you. One thing you could do is, of course, we're CPE students. We can do a bit of magic. We can do a bit of programming. And why not just send them out a little bit? So let's do that. Boom. Doing so, oh, Sir JP already moved because that's a hidden mechanic. He's immune to that. And you can already see they're back to their base positions. I made it so that the base positions of the guards are on the gym. Sir JP is on the faculty, but he's already moved. And the secret character is at 4. But, when you're playing the game normally, you would want to manage your power since, if you don't have power, something's gonna happen to you. There you go. And now, here's our death screen. That's what happens if you have no power. You basically just die. Oh, there it goes. 5.0 grade preference. Oh. And now it asks you if you want to save your data. Of course, we want to save our data even if we didn't do progress. This is for when let's say you beat night 4 and you want to save, you're gonna have to do this. So right now we're gonna type a password. I'm just gonna type very basic password, which is just 12345, and it's gonna tell you these 3 things. First, it's gonna be your account code, which it's gonna be a randomly generated number. But for the sake of demonstration, I've just set it to 12345, and you're gonna need to remember your code here, which is the number 1, and the password you entered before this dialog box right here. So write that down, remember it. You're gonna need it later if you want to load your save. So let's just press G, and now we're back to the load screen. So as I said earlier, now we do have an account, so just press Y for yes, and type our password. Again, I told you to write it down, and our password is 12345. It's gonna check the password, and it's gonna tell you what's your code. Luckily for us, of course, our code is 12345 as well. Very easy to remember. And we enter, and it's gonna load the data. Welcome back. Okay. If you save that night 4, you're gonna bring it back at night 4. Save that night 3, it's gonna bring it back at night 3. Very simple. Let's now move on to the custom night, which is, of course, the hardest game mode you can do in this game. So of course you can set the difficulty to whatever you want. I can set it to 1. You can set the guard M to I don't know, let's say 7. 7, there you go. Type 7. Then you can set the difficulty for, I don't know, with this card to be 6. And then you can do a thing like this, where of course the higher the AI number, the more aggressive they will be, and making the game very hard for you. So let's just start the game, show you what they're moving, show you where they're going, what they're doing, and basically how this game mode works. Basically, it's the same as the normal game mode. It's just you can tweak the difficulty to however you want. Since before each night in the campaign mode, the AI values for them are very different. So here, basically, let's see. As again, since I set Sir JP's AI to 1, and Sir JP's AI level is very different on night 1, he won't be as aggressive here since I decreased his basically aggression value. Again, these cards are here. They haven't moved yet. Up, someone's moved. And right there. Since we set guard female to be 6, they're gonna move a lot more often since their value in night 1 is very different. As I said before, let me show it again. You can press reboot and they'll come back to their position. Let's say Sir JP here is at camera 1, and they're getting a bit too close for comfort. Let's just bring them back. You can see them in 5. Let's say again, the guard female was here. You can see them there. And they just brought them back here. Again, custom night is you play it however you want. It's the arcade game mode of the game. It's where you can get your high scores if you want to do that, and it's basically custom night. Now to just show you like our sprites and the windscreen. So I'm gonna be right back. Okay, now we are back. So what happens if you actually win the game? Of course, it'll show you this screen, which took us a long time to make. Right here. That's pretty good. There's some references in there. And after this screen, it will show you the save data screen, the same as when you lost. So if you want to save right now, again, same procedure as last time. Save, remember that, and load again, same thing. But I think you're more curious about the jump scare since we already seen one jump scare right now. So let me show you that real quick. Here's the jump scare for the guard male, which looks like this. Here is the jump scare for the guard female, which looks like this. And lastly, here's the jump scare for Don Tomas. And pretty good. But yeah, basically that's our game. It took a while to make, and it was a really fun time to make. I hope that if you do play our game, you will like it, and I hope you will actually get scared when you do play it. And that's about it. Thank you for listening to our presentation. We hope you play our game.